Sports Talk Show. Your host is here on the show tonight to interview our special guest. Show highlight the Alford Sports Talk Show. The Alford Sports Talk Show. Football, basketball, baseball, hockey, soccer, boxing, tennis, golf, and racing. The Alford Sports Talk Show. Alford Sports Talk Show. Tune in for all the news and scores, reporting on the games and so much more. The Alford Sports Talk Show. The Alford Sports Talk Show. The Alford Sports Talk Show. The Alford Sports Talk Show.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another great episode of the Alford Sports Talk Show. I'm of course, Alan. We're going to have a fantastic Friday night show. It's going to be fantastic. Feel free to go ahead and chat, comment on all social media platforms. We're streaming live right now all across the board. And it's definitely an honor and pleasure to be with you tonight. We're going to have a lot to unpack, a lot to discuss, a lot of great engagement. You're in for a nice treat here on the Alford Sports Talk Show. Speaking of treat, guess what? If you have a desire for some outstanding sauce, I have the solution for you. That's right. Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce. So delicious and addicting, you may need a support group. Make sure you visit my great friend Chef G's right here. We got bourbon with dunamis all blended together to make this great sauce. This is bourbon, one of 3 outstanding flavors. You have bourbon, classic, honey mustard, and it is delicious. So you can go ahead and take advantage of this wonderful sauce. Thank you, Chef G's, for being an outstanding sponsor here of the Alford Sports Talk Show. So delicious and addicting, you may need a support group. That's right. You can go ahead and get this great sauce along with, that's the bourbon, as I mentioned, the classic right there. And of course, can't forget honey mustard. Some people love honey mustard more than they love barbecue sauce. There you go. You're getting all 3. And you can go ahead and get all 3 right there on your screen at 301 South 22nd Street, Tampa, Florida. That's right. If you can't come down to Tampa, we have an option for you. Come on down to flbbqsauce.com, flbbqsauce.com. Try out this great sauce, veteran created, made in the USA, made here in Florida. That's right. That's a variety pack, shipped right to your door. Go ahead and try it. Let us know what you think about it right here on the Alford Sports Talk Show. Again, if you can't come down to Tampa, flbbqsauce.com, flbbqsauce.com. In fact, the intro song was made by Sam Scola Songs. We're going to talk a lot about Sam Scola Songs a bit later in the telecast. But you know what? We got another song for you by Sam Scola Songs. That's a Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce song right here on the Alford Sports Talk Show. Let's go.
Comes in 4 varieties. Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce, a natural flavor. Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce, Florida Gold honey mustard on burgers and ribs. Tasty fusion on pork and sausage. Classic taste for chicken and steak tips. A hot heat wave on meatballs and ham. It's a cookout treat. Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce. Serve on fish and vegetables. Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce. Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce. Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce.
Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce. So delicious and addicting. You may need a support group. Please make sure you don't forget to visit Chef G's right there at 301 South 22nd Street, Tampa, Florida. Can't come down to Tampa? There's an option right there. FLBBQSauce.com. FLBBQSauce.com. Thank you so much, Chef G's, for being an outstanding sponsor here on the Allen Alford Sports Talk Show. Definitely appreciate you. So definitely going to go ahead and enjoy that great sauce, folks. You heard it from me here, right here on the Allen Alford Sports Talk Show. We got a lot to discuss, a lot to unpack. And we're going to start right there with the UFL. We're going to start with the UFL tonight. And if you haven't heard, you're going to hear again. And if you have heard, you're going to hear it again. If you haven't heard, it's going to be the first time. The Allen Alford Sports Talk Show is honored, pleased, blessed, and humbled to be back again right there in St. Louis, the Dome of the Americas, covering the UFL for a third year in a row. Third year going to the UFL Championship. Let me just reiterate that. 2023 was the XFL underneath the new ownership with Danny Garcia and The Rock and also Jerry Cardinal. That was with the XFL in 2023. We went to the championship game, was able to cover that. Luis Perez won the MVP, and he won the championship. The Arlington Renegades upset the DC Defenders, and they went ahead and won the crown. And guess what? Let me just stop right there and just tell you this. In 2023, I did an interview on the field, probably about 2 hours before it got really crazy with people coming on the field. And I predicted the game exactly as I thought it was going to happen. I said, if the Arlington Renegades get off to a big start, 2 touchdowns, it was going to be too much for the DC Defenders to overcome that and win the game. And the reason why is because I was at the press conference. The press conference let me know in a lot. That's behind the scenes. What I learned from that press conference was the DC Defenders, this is the 2023 version, was too cocky. They were too cocky. They came in facing the Arlington Renegades, a team that was getting hot. Not only were they getting hot, they were the best team at the time. I said on the interview, on the floor, on the field in the Alamo Dome, that if the Arlington Renegades get off to a big start, two scores, it's going to be too much emotionally for the DC Defenders to handle. The way the DC Defenders should have came in that game was, hey, guys, this game is not going to be easy. We have to execute, be 1 of 11, do our job. We are the better team. If we go ahead and produce and show that we can do what we can do, we'll win the game. But this team will make a run at us, and it won't be an easy game to win. That's would have been a better mindset, because then if they went up to 2 scores, you'd be like, okay, guys, we expected this. We expected them to give us a run for this. Not so much the case. The game played out just like I predicted it. The Arlington Renegades won the game. And I was on the field right there, covered that game. 2024, I again had the honor of returning. Now it was the UFL. The UFL, they merged the XFL, the USFL. They merged. I was at that championship game as well. The Birmingham Stallions came in and won the game against the San Antonio Brahmas. And that was year 2. And now we're going to be returning for year 3. And I'm excited about it. And it's going to be a great, great game. Congratulations to the 4 teams that are still in the hunt. That's the DC Defenders, the DC Defenders, the DC Defenders. You have the Battlehawks, of course. On the USFL side, you have Michigan Panthers and you have the Birmingham Stallions. So I definitely don't think if the DC Defenders make it to the championship game, they will have that same mindset. I definitely think they learned a hard, tough lesson in life. And I do think it'll be a different result. I'm going to get you to what I expect in the conference championship. I also am honored to let you know live that I did get approved to cover the conference championship as well. The conference championship, though, I will not be able to physically be in St. Louis. And that would the big reason being because on this Sunday, I have an event I'm going to go to. And that is the great thing about the event I'm going to on Sunday. We're going to repeat it again, Ybor City. That's going to be the 41st annual awards brunch ceremony. And I'm honored to attend that as well. I'm going to be there as well and definitely see a lot of great people that you're familiar with here, being fans of the show, business, that baseball biz on deck, as well as Arminda Mata and her team from the Tampa Baseball Museum and also the Ybor City Museum. It's going to be an outstanding time and event. And I'm excited about that as well. I don't take these opportunities lightly, and we're blessed to get them because of you guys. You following the show, you being great supporters of the show. This is one of the perks that come along with it, along with a lot of others. So I'm going to be there. I'm excited about it, and going to have some great brunch on Sunday as well. And let me just go ahead and pull up some of those details there. I'm going to get a chance to see my man Rick Vaughn get his award, the Lou Piniella Award, well-deserved. Does a lot of great community help as well as doing a lot of great help for the Tampa Baseball Museum. I know that they tremendously appreciate him. I'm going to get a chance to see him get that award and that Lou Piniella Award. And then it's the Ybor City 41st Annual Legacy Awards Brunch. That's the full name of it. And it's gonna be a wonderful time. They're gonna be honoring Vicente Martinez Ybor Award, PBS station WEDU, and you can have Rick Vaughn, the Adela Gunsmart Award, Richard DiPietra, and then the Tony Pizzo Award, Phil Saucerbrunn. And Lizette Campos will be the mistress of ceremony. She does an outstanding job. She did it the last 2 years. So, man, it's going to be a fantastic event, and I'm excited about it. And you guys should be too. I'll give you some behind the scenes content on that as well, of course. And it's going to be wonderful. So, with the UFL Championship, that is an outstanding. So I have to be in an event this Sunday, which is the same day as a conference event that's here in Tampa. One of the things about the event, you would have to pretty much, if you're going to cover the conference championship as well as championship conference, if you're going to cover it on the XFL side, you might as well just stay there for the whole week. So I could not stay there the entire week, but I am going to be definitely trying to cover the team as I've done with the Arlington Renegades via Zoom for the conference championship. Whatever team they assign me to do it, I will definitely be honored and willing to do it. But I unfortunately will not be able to physically be at the conference championship due to schedule conflicts and logistically to be in St. Louis for a whole week. I have a couple other things to do during the week here in the Tampa area, so I cannot be there that long in St. Louis, but I will be there in the championship game, and you can expect that. That's going to be fantastic. Now, I have to give you guys what I think is going to happen since the game is coming up quick. It's this weekend. Let me talk about the XFL side first. That's going to be the DC Defenders versus the St. Louis Battlehawks. I know the league really wants the St. Louis Battlehawks fans to at least make it to the championship game for, let's just say, pretty obvious reasons. The St. Louis Battlehawks have been steadfast, the strongest attendance throughout the entire XFL, UFL, the entire thing. It goes without saying. I think they want the St. Louis Battlehawks to at least make it to the championship, if not win it all. At the minimum, make it to the championship game is what I really believe the league is making it pretty obvious, to the point where I even said I think they're making it a little too obvious, because I understand that Audi Field was not available. Things happen. I get that. But I do feel as if, and I did say this before, in my opinion, this game should have been played at a neutral field. Having said all that, I just feel that when you set up a dynamic where, and the DC Defenders players have said the same thing, they feel as if it should have been a neutral site. I cannot disagree with them. For those who don't know, the DC Defenders really did earn home field advantage, and because of that situation, the field not being available, they're playing in St. Louis. So I think because of all of that, and I do feel as if the DC Defenders are a better team than the St. Louis Battlehawks of this year, I do believe on the XFL side, the DC Defenders will return and be representing the XFL side in the 2025 UFL Championship. You heard it here first on the Allen Alford Sports Talk Show. The XFL Championship will have the DC Defenders as one of the teams that's going to be facing in the championship. That's on the XFL side. Let me just show you the map here. So there you go. This is the map. XFL Conference. I have the DC Defenders beating the Battlehawks. I know the Battlehawks fans really want it. Sometime when you want things so bad, I just feel like it's going to work out this way. On the USFL side, you have the Michigan Panthers versus the Stallions. You know, let me just take this off for a second. The Stallions are a team that are not flashy. They play and they stay within themselves. They methodically do things and they win. They win. I just feel as if the Michigan Panthers, I feel like they are running in hot, and I just feel as if they have they're going to execute a little bit better this time around. I think they narrowly beat the Stallions. So I'm going to predict the two top teams right here, the Michigan Panthers and the DC Defenders, will be facing in the UFL Championship on June 14th. That is my prediction here. And I'll give you that next prediction as we get along with that. But I do believe these two top teams, the DC Defenders and the Michigan Panthers, are going to advance to the UFL Championship game. And we will see. We will see. If they do make it, guess what? The championship game, the Black Mods, the Dome at the America Center, Saturday, June 14th. That's where I'm going to be at, right there. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a great fun, great time, great atmosphere. And let me give you the slate for this Sunday. This Sunday's games, the conference championships, will be at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Zone. The Stallions versus the the Michigan Panthers versus the Birmingham Stallions. And then at 6 p.m., that's on ABC, by the way, 6 p.m., DC Defenders versus the Battlehawks, again on Sunday. And I'm going to be giving you guys some things, but unfortunately, I will not be able to physically be at this at this game. So I have an event here on Sunday. I just won't be able to make it. So, but I will definitely try to give you guys some insight. Definitely wanted to do that for you guys. It's going to be a great conference championship, great championship game. A lot of fun. And I did want to bring something to the attention of the Battlehawks fans. I know I predicted the DC Defenders advance, but I did want to bring this to attention that a couple of fans have mentioned to me. In my opinion, this is nothing official, but I do believe The Rock will appear at the championship game. That's what I believe. I believe he will appear at the championship game. Having said that, I would not go to the game with that as what you're looking forward to if you do a show up. Somebody said it perfectly to me, and they nailed it right on the head. As a person who's met a bunch of celebrities, bunch of athletes, I've been privileged to have met a lot of celebrities, a lot of athletes, to a point where I won't get starstruck and everything like that. Somebody said something perfect and describes it perfectly. Celebrities are like stray cats. You never know what you're going to get. That's the best way to describe it. I do believe The Rock will show. I just feel as if he doesn't show up to the championship game, it's not for my sake, not for anyone else's sake, but for his sake. I hope he does show up because it is looking really bad. I agree with the DC Defender. I agree with the Battlehawks fans and what they're saying as far as criticism. If he doesn't show up, that's not going to be a good look. It's going to be a terrible look, flat out terrible look. Let me just say it like that. And because of that reason is why I feel as if he will show up. And that is just my opinion. Nothing is official, but I would not go to the game with that thought in mind, whether you're going to have a good time or not, or whether you're going to have your hopes up for that to occur. As I mentioned, just repeating someone else's quote, which I totally agree, celebrities are like stray cats. You never know what you're going to get. I agree with that. I totally agree. I've been there before. Go there, try to enjoy yourself. If your team makes it or a team you're rooting for, focus on that. Try to go there and have a fantastic time. That's what you should focus on when you go to a championship game. Don't make it about someone else's attendance because you might set yourself up for a disappointment. Not sure if he's going to be there. I don't have anything official. He didn't make any press release or anything like that, but I just have a feeling that he will be there for the championship game. Again, that's my opinion. We will see. I'm going there looking to have a great time, give you guys a lot of insight, a lot of behind-the-scenes content, give you some analysis. And if anything does change, my feelings do change and things of that nature, which is possible, I will let you know. But for now, I have the two teams, the Panthers versus the DC Defenders, is what I predict for the championship game. We will see how it plays itself out. And it's going to be a great game regardless. So look forward to that. Speaking of that, 2026 is coming up. 2026, before we close out 2020, go into 2026 UFL season, let me just give my man Luis Perez his flowers there. He was week 10, the player of the week. 26 out of 32 completion percentage, over 75% completion percentage, 283 total yards, 1 rushing touchdown. He was the league leader in passing yards as well. There he is, quarterback Luis Perez, a.k.a. the Spring King. So congratulations to Luis Perez. That's awesome. And speaking of Renegades, team that I cover, for 2026, the season ticket member benefits. And let me just read it off of here because it's a little tough to read it off of that sheet here on the screen. Okay. I thought I had it here, but I guess not. Okay. So the 2026 perks and discounts. Let me go through this with you. As a season ticket member, you get a commemorative item, 25% off merchandise discount, and that's game day and online. Awesome. Ticket exchange program, subject to availability if you want to exchange your tickets for games that you cannot attend. Price savings versus single game tickets. Save money getting the season tickets. Flexible renewal payment options. Partner discounts. New suite rental discount. Okay, so if you want to do some suite rentals, you get a discount. New 4 complimentary tickets to 1 home game and 1 away regular season game. All right. You get exclusive experiences, invite to exclusive season ticket member events, pre-game on-field experience at 1 regular season home game. So choose wisely. So you'll be right on the field, right there with the media. I've seen it. So you'll have access to special events with coaches, players, and or league, Zoom, or in person. All right. And new post-game on-field autographs, access to 1 regular season home game. Man. New club and suite renewal only, invite to coaches dinner event. The list goes on. Priority access. Same great seats for every game. Exclusive season ticket member newsletter, season parking discount, priority access to UFL postseason tickets, priority access to purchase additional tickets at standard STM member pricing, standard member pricing, priority access to renewal, same seat location for 2027. Already looking forward to 2027. So, that's you can't really, what? That's a heck of a package, man. You guys need to take advantage of that. That's what I would say. Go ahead and just go ahead and join. Get those season ticket holder passes. There you go. So I wanted to share that with you. And let me go ahead and update you. I'm going to switch gears here and talk a little NBA real quick. Let me put that up here too. So the NBA news. And speaking of that, there is a game that's going on right now. That's the NHL Finals. Let me give you guys an up-to-date score on that as well. I'm going to share my thoughts on what I thought happened last night. And let me just get you guys. Okay. Whoops, the score was right there. I had it up. Give me 1 second here. I'll give you guys my thoughts on the OKC and Indiana Pacers. Let you know what I thought about that. And man, that's a lot to unpack on that. Really a lot to pack on that. Let me just pull up the NHL Finals game. Give me 1 moment. Okay. So the Florida Panthers are leading 4-3. It's a big scoring game right here. Second period, 3 minutes and 23 seconds. This is a must win for the Panthers. I feel like you don't want to go down 2 games against the Oilers. You just don't. And props to the Panthers for coming back. They scored quickly within, I think, the first 2 minutes of game 1 for Edmonton. And, they came back and fought. And they lost in overtime. That will be the Panthers. But I do feel if you're the Panthers, you want to come back strong and win this game. So they scored 2 goals in the first period, 2 goals in the second. They're leading the Florida Panthers 4-3. Period 2, 3 minutes and 23 seconds. and Edmonton is leading the series 1-0. I'll keep you updated on that score and that as that goes on, and much more. So, yep, 4-3. So yes, let me go ahead and talk about that game. That's wow. I would just say the OKC was definitely dominating that game. Their defense was on point. You got 25 turnovers from the Indiana Pacers. They have active hands. They're long, and they were doing just about everything right in that game. But I do feel as if when the game started getting close, you could feel OKC getting really tight and intense. You could tell that it was more in the comfort zone of Indiana when the game was getting closer and tight than it was for OKC. They were getting nervous. You could tell OKC was playing not to lose, and you could tell they were getting nervous. Not only that, they were playing tight, and I could see that. And usually when you play not to lose, guess what? Unfortunately, you end up losing, and that's what happened. OKC led and dominated this game for pretty much the entire game, except for the last, I would say, 2 minutes of the game. And the Pacers, their resolve, it is a 48-minute game. And that is a clear indication that OKC cannot let up off the gas, because that was a very big game, a huge win for the Pacers. A game that they stole in the last 6-7 seconds of the game. In game one in your home field, they stole a game. And because of that game, I had originally picked OKC to win the series. I still am sticking with OKC to win the series, but this is going to be one heck of a series. It is a minimum going to go to, in my opinion, to 6 games because of the fact that the Pacers won the first game. It's going to come down to wire. And not only that, I would also even say that the Pacers surprised me. They have a lot more resolve than I thought. After seeing the first game, anything can happen, but I would not be surprised if the Pacers shock the world. I do feel as if SGA is a great player, but this is his first finals, and you get a little nervous, and you could tell they were playing a little tight. I mean, he made some great plays at the end, but you could tell it wasn't like it's normally been, where it's just more fluid. And the reason being because usually you're leading, they usually, OKC, that is, has a big lead. This wasn't the case, and it's going to be like that, I feel, this entire series. It's going to be a close series, and I feel like in that type of close quarters, close game, I feel as if it's more in the Pacers' wheelhouse for that. So this is going to be a very entertaining series. I do feel as if the Pacers do have a legitimate shot. Still sticking with the OKC to win, but it's going to be a heck of a series, minimum 6 games as far as I'm concerned. And now OKC is in a position where they have to win. They have to win the next game, because you just don't want to lose 2 games on your home court and then have to go to play to Indiana. It's not a good thing for you. And not to say that the series is over, but I think if you're OKC, you need to come back with a win and kind of keep Indiana's confidence at bay. Because if they come in here and win a second game on you, and you have to play the next in Indiana, that's not going to be good for the OKC. So they have to win the next game, that means OKC, and they definitely let that game slip. Definitely let it slip. Definitely blew an opportunity. That is OKC. So props to the Pacers. They did what they had to do. And during the game, the telecast, I had to say the media has to be more fair. Watching the telecast, with me picking OKC to win the series, I said, you got to give the Pacers some credit and some positivity about what they're doing. OKC was leading towards the end of the game, and I get that, but you have to be more fair and give the Pacers, talk about them some. It seemed like it was the OKC party, and we were at a tailgating party for OKC. And then lo and behold, they were creeping, and I saw them creeping. And I kept saying, this game's not over. They were crowning the OKC, they being the media. They were giving them a lot of airplay, and they weren't really saying too much about the Pacers. So you got to be more fair when you do a finals game. You have to talk some on the other team, some on the other team, back and forth, unless it's, completely out of hand. But I didn't feel as if the game was out of hand at all. They really didn't. Yes, things were going OKC way, but you could see that the Pacers were hanging in there, and they were making some great plays. So credit to the Pacers. And that's just awesome how they was able to win that game. And it's still 4-3 Florida Panthers over the Edmonton Oilers. It's 20 seconds left in period 2, so it's not over yet. It's definitely not over yet. And speaking of not over, it's going to be it's going to be a great series too. This is going to be a great series as well. We're going to see how this plays itself out, and a lot more. Let me just go ahead and see if there's any more updates on that score. Yep, 4-3. 20 seconds left in period 2. The Panthers are ahead 4-3. Edmonton Oilers ahead 1-0 in the series. That's going to be fantastic. Let me see here. I want to give you guys some more updates as well. Okay. Yeah, so, and props to the people who were joining us here. I did see Leah Lale, Chris, and quite a few others. So definitely thank you for people on Instagram joined in. Appreciate y'all, all of you. You guys are awesome, man. And let me just go ahead. Let me just see here. Okay, so we did talk about that. And I did want to show you while we're checking to see if anything changes on the NHL side. Let me give you some more thoughts on that in just a moment here. Let me just go ahead and show you something here. This is a quick little video that I did go ahead and was able to download. Let me just go ahead and pull it up. Yes, that's the 2024 championship. And this is what it looks like from the ceiling. Yeah, that's some awesome stuff, man. I'm getting myself hyped up for that championship game, UFL Championship Game. It's really, really something you gotta. Man, it's so much fun. So I'm excited about it. Just wanted to show you guys what it's one of the events that's coming up here real soon that I'll be attending. 2025 UFL Championship Game. Black mods performing the black mods, and then we have the brunch this Sunday. I gotta appreciate you guys. Let me just see here. No change in the score, no change in anything there. Still 4-3. Florida Panthers over the Oilers. 20 seconds left in period. End of the second period now officially. So we have one more period left if they don't go into overtime, of course, like they did in game 1. 4-3 Florida Panthers. And this is gonna be a hard fought series. I just think I just think that this time around the Oilers are a little bit more prepared against the Panthers. They're coming back strong. I still have the Edmonton Oilers winning the series, but we will see. The Panthers are not going out without a fight. They are the champions. They're defending their crown. And the reason why I just feel that way is just because, it's Edmonton Oilers. They lost and they're coming back strong. And they know what they're dealing with. I think they're prepared. So we will see. Still a long series to go. But I will definitely keep you up to date on that throughout the entire process. The NHL finals, 4-3 Panthers ended the second period. We're going into the third period. And let me just take a look here. Let's bring up some other things here. All right. Let's see here. Yes, I did want to give you guys some insight too on something. Chad Ocho Cinco, he had to give Travis Hunter, who's now going to be the rookie for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He is in charge of giving ratings. He gave Travis Hunter a 76 Madden rating. And let me give you my thoughts on this. This is another thing where I hate to see where it's very clear another brother is trying to take down another brother. That's what that was all about. Another brother is doing another brother wrong. Black on black crime once again. Okay. Chad Ocho Cinco was a very good player, but he is not a Hall of Famer. Let me just be real with you. He fooled around too much. One of the things he did, he had the little gold jacket, future Hall of Famer. Sometimes in life, you just need to stop doing all the showboating and just let your game do the talking. Chad Ocho Cinco is not going to make it to Canton. Just being real. But somebody who does have a chance to make it is Travis Hunter. So 76 rating for Madden to me was absolutely atrocious. And it was embarrassing. I'm surprised he said it with a straight face and wasn't kidding. But he was being serious. And no, I wouldn't give him a 76 Madden rating. My son plays Madden all the time. I used to be able to beat my son in Madden. I can't beat him now because he's that great now. The only way you can beat him is if you play a near perfect game. And I mean, every single play is nauseating because you cannot mess up on a run. You cannot mess up on a pass. Everything has to be right on the money. You might can make one little slip up and that's it. And the margin for error is that thin. He's that great. Having said that, a 76 rating for Travis Hunter is ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. Because look, there's always exceptions to every rule, I believe. You have a rule, most people will fit in that rule, but there's going to be a couple of exceptions. Travis Hunter is an exception. Normally, you may not give a rookie who's coming into the league that high of a position, but Travis Hunter is not the average player. He is the first round draft pick for a reason. He also won a Heisman for playing two positions. So to me, by default, just having those factors in place, he has earned the benefit of the doubt. Having said that, 76 rating is ridiculous. I personally would have given him an 85 rating to start with. 85 rating from there. I wouldn't have given him an 82 or 83. I would have started him with an 85 rating and let him, being Travis Hunter, show that he's higher or lower than that. But I wouldn't have started with a 76. No way, no how. I feel as if he's going to be a very, very good player here in the NFL, maybe even great player. We have to see. But I don't think a 76 rating is indicative of the player, of how great a player he is. I really don't. He's confusing Shedeur Sanders with Travis Hunter. They're in two different categories. Travis Hunter, to me, was the correct winner of the Heisman Trophy Award winner. And yes, there's no doubt. He is the true double, behind Cam Ward, of course, the true positional, besides quarterback, the best player that was in college. You had the running back, I forget his name, slipped my mind, that was very, very good too. But if I had a vote, I would have voted for Travis Hunter too. He just unbelievable talent, playing both sides of the ball at that higher level. It's ridiculous. So I wouldn't have given him a 76 rating by a long shot. I even asked my son, what would you have given him? Even he said I would have given him, my son, even who could be sometimes a harsh grader, said I would have given him an 80. I would have given him an 80 rating in Madden. I personally would have given him a benefit of doubt because of the X factor. He's earned the benefit of doubt. I would have started him with an 85 rating and let him show me I was right or wrong or should have increased it more. I would not have started probably at 80. I felt like that was a little too low. And I definitely wouldn't have started at 76. Again, I said this on the show several times. Brothers need to stop hating on other brothers. This black on black crime is ridiculous. You need to start looking to see how you can help one another, because indirectly that will help you too. Given a 76 rating, it almost made me think, what would I give Chad Ocho Cinco rating in Madden? I probably would give him like an 83 or 84 rating. I don't think Chad was that. He was all right. He was all right. He was an all right player. He had a couple of great moments, but overall, no. You overrated yourself a lot, and you were doing a lot of showboating on the field. I thought he was all right. He was. Bill Belichick said, we're going to double team you. I can understand the double teaming, but as far as overall career, very good, very good category, but it's not Hall of Fame. That's why I put him in. Good, very good, not Hall of Fame by a good margin. That's why I'd rank him. So 76 rating is ridiculous and it's insulting if you ask me. Was it a fair rating for Travis? Absolutely, positively not. That's a hater rating. And I do feel as if Chad Ocho Cinco does give a haterade rating most of the time, meaning he doesn't give people what they really earn. He just kind of I feel indirectly wants to make himself look good by putting everybody else down. That's why I look at it. He gives, if somebody's really a great receiver and they really deserve, like, say, a 94, 95 rating, he going to give them like an 88 rating because he doesn't want to say that this guy was better than me. That's just the reality of the situation. 76 is ridiculous. And let me just take a look here, and let me get you an update on the score. All right. 4-3, still end of the second period. So, yes, let me take this time to introduce to you guys some more. Let's let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. Here at the Allen Alford Sports Talk Show, I'm honored, blessed, and humbled to repeat as covering, this will be year 2, the East versus West Classic right there. East versus West Classic, June 19th, Juneteenth, at Rickwood Field. Rickwood Field is the oldest America's baseball ballpark. It's an outstanding game. We have here on the West roster, let me just read off the names because you may not be able to see it there. Dylan Betances, outstanding signer. Mike Cameron, Jose Contreras, Prince Fielder, Scott Harrison, LaTroy Hawkins, Adam Jones, who did win the home run derby there during the East-West game first year, the inaugural year. Scott Kazmir, big-time Tampa Ray, that's awesome. Matt Kemp, Jason Kendall, CC Sabathia, props to CC Sabathia, first ballot Hall of Famer. I'm going to get a chance to see him a minimum twice because he's going to be at the East-West Classic, and also he's going to be, let me just let you know, there at Cooperstown with Dave Parker. Yep, let me just, Dick Allen, CC Sabathia, Billy Wagner, and Ichiro Suzuki. So I will be covering that as well. So that's something I'm going to definitely honored to do so, and it's awesome. So CC Sabathia, I'll see him. Denard Span, another Tampa great player here. Nick Swisher, BJ Upton, Tampa as well. And Jamil Weeks. Yep. Jamel Weeks. Yep. And then we have here Josh Barfield on the East roster. Michael Bourne, Dexter Fowler, Curtis Granderson, Jerry Harrison Jr., Ryan Howard, Edwin Jackson, Tampa as well, Jeremy Jeffries, Andrew Jones, Andrew Jones, Jake Peavy, Xavier Shrugs, Gary Sheffield, Tampa guy right there. Gonna see Gary Sheffield again. D. Strange Gordon, Justin Upton, and Chris Young. And, with the East versus West game, there's usually going to be some other surprise guests and VIPs. So these are the guys who are actually playing in the game. Expect a lot more. For example, Joe Torre was at the East versus West game. So was Ozzie Smith. They weren't playing, but they were there. And there was quite a few other VIPs. So definitely keep your eyes open. It's a photo shot of Rickwood Field. See the old chairs, oldest America's baseball ballpark right there. No betting in this park. Yeah, that's fantastic. That's wonderful. I'm looking forward to that. That is June 19th. Going to be there in Rickwood Field, Alabama. I've never actually been to Rickwood Field. I know a lot about the history. I've actually never personally been there. Last year's event was at Doubleday Field in Cooperstown. That's where it was at last year. So the venue has changed to Rickwood Field. So I'm going to get a chance to see a new stadium, and it's in Alabama versus New York. So again, I will be covering the 2025 Hall of Fame weekend induction. Dave Parker, Dick Allen, rest in peace, Dick Allen, CC Sabathia, Billy Wagner, Ichiro Suzuki. So that's going to be fantastic as well. Those bobbleheads are available as well for sale. Visit the Baseball Hall of Fame website, Baseball Hall of Fame website. Type in the bobbleheads, class of 2025. Get any one of those bobbleheads there. So that's going to be wonderful to be there covering that event. I'm excited about it. And again, this weekend, I am going to the Legacy 41st annual brunch, and that's going to be fantastic as well. Excited about that. Excited about all these opportunities. You guys are fantastic, and it's a true honor and a blessing to be at these events. Let me just go ahead and just say you guys put this in a position, and that's all glory be to God. You guys, and all glory be to God and you guys. That's what it's all about. And let me just see here. So those are some of the events you can look forward to. And I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some more updates as well. I'm going to go ahead and also, the scores are still the same, 4-3. End of the second period, Florida Panthers 4 and the Edmonton Oilers 3. I'm going to take a little break here, and there is another event that I'm going to make sure that I go over with you in just a few moments. Let me go ahead and take a little break here on the Allen Alford Sports Talk Show. Got a lot to discuss with my great friend, Sam Scholar Songs. In fact, let me play his song right now. This is a little break here on the Allen Alford Sports Talk Show, and it's going to be something I'm going to go ahead and discuss with you too. So let me go ahead and do that for you. And let me just see here. So let's play that song right now. All right, we're back here. Thank you so much for your patience here on the Allen Alford Sports Talk Show. The third period just 4-3. 19, just literally just started 19 minutes, 55 seconds. 4-3, Panthers are ahead. And I'm still working on this. It's not official as of yet, but there's a good potential that tomorrow I will be attending the Evan Longoria game, his retirement ceremony. For those who don't know, Evan Longoria, who is well deserving. When they made the announcement, I did talk about that on the show quite a while. Definitely well deserved, and he is getting his number and his number retired by the Rays. Not only that, with the game too, you're going to get a giveaway Evan Longoria T-shirt. So it's going to be Evan Longoria's retirement ceremony. Going to be awesome, and yeah, so it's a good potential. I'm going to be at that game tomorrow. It's not official yet. I wish it was official before the show started, but I'm working on that. But definitely Sunday, we'll definitely be at the Legacy Brunch. No issues on that as well. But yeah, it's definitely it's gonna be fantastic. Let me just take a look here, and let me give some props to hey, you heard all the great music. There's still some songs that you're gonna hear as well. But I got to give this guy right here some props. That is Sam Scola Songs. Definitely all the music you hear throughout the broadcast is by that man right there. Want to thank Sam Scola Songs, songwriter Sam Scola Songs, and his wife Mary for all the great music, all the great songs. It wouldn't be the Allen Alford Sports Show without Sam Scola's music. The great thing is all these great songs are available on YouTube and Spotify. Check them out right there. He has some new songs that he just incorporated, some like comedy type songs. So check that out too. And that is Sam Scola Songs. That's his poster too. Sam Scola Songs. Really appreciate you. And the nice thing is with Sam Scola Songs, we have an opportunity for you to connect with him. Now, this is for opportunities. This is for deals. This is not for spam. No spam, please. Sing along with Sam at gmail.com. Sing along with Sam at gmail.com. If you have a record deal, you have a great opportunity for Sam Scola Songs. That is the way you can reach him. Sing along with Sam at gmail.com. Sing along with Sam at gmail.com. We don't need that spam. We don't need no gyrations. We don't need no waste of time. We need deals and fantastic opportunities. That's what Sam Scola Songs is looking for. Make sure you give him that. Really appreciate Scola Songs. Thank you so much. And again, those songs are all available right there at YouTube and Spotify. Really appreciate Sam Scola Songs. You are the man. Really appreciate it. So I'm going to post it one more time there too. So that's awesome. Yes, available on YouTube and Spotify. All the great songs. So yes, and let's see if there's any change in the score. Nope, it's 4-3. Panthers, period 3, 19 minutes and 55 seconds remaining. So I'll keep you up to date on that. And let me just take a look here. Yeah, so major props, you guys, for your support. So yes, let me just make sure that I don't miss anything that I wanted to discuss with you guys. Let me just double check that. Okay. Oh, yes. I didn't want to give, Ellie De La Cruz some props, man. There was a great post I saw. It said, who do you think is going to win? The guy's running like 30-something miles per hour or something like that. Or Ellie De La Cruz throwing 97 miles per hour to the plate. And then you had this kind of like it had this question before they showed you on the second slide. I said Ella De La Cruz. Ellie De La Cruz, and yeah, I was right. My man gunned my man out at the plate. No issues on that whatsoever. The guy's a heck of a talent. And yes, Ellie De La Cruz. And, May condolences to him. He did lose, unfortunately, his sister recently, but I'm sorry to see that. But yeah, I did definitely want to let you guys know that Ellie De La Cruz is somebody you need to watch out for. That guy's fantastic. I know he's not a new player, but he's fantastic. So yes, we did discuss everything there on the Allen Alford Sports Talk show. And if you haven't done so at the beginning of the telecast, now is your chance to do it at the end of the telecast. Make sure you get some Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce. So delicious and addicting, you may need a support group. In fact, I'm going to do that. Let me just read this thing here for you. My Florida barbecue sauces feature ingredients grown right here in the Sunshine State, including strawberries, citrus tomatoes, Florida dill peppers, special spices, perfect for smoked or grilled meats, seafood, vegetables, or as a dipping sauce for your wings, french fries, and great on burgers. Great in the kitchen of Gaston's Culinary Services City, Tampa, Florida. Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce. Shake well, refrigerate after opening. There you go. And this is the bourbon mixed with Dunamis bourbon whiskey there. Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce. So delicious and addicting. You may need a support group. Thank you, Chef G's, for being an outstanding sponsor here on the Allen Alford Sports Talk show. It is some fantastic sauce. So there you go. If you go ahead and visit him right there, 301 South 22nd Street, Tampa, Florida. And if you can't come down to Tampa, well, there you go. There's your option. FLBBQSauce.com. FLBBQSauce.com. It is all made right here in Florida. That is gluten-free. Says right here on the label. 19 ounces. Can't go wrong. So you can have the bourbon. You got the classic. The variety pack. And last but not least, we have the honey mustard as well. Florida Gold honey mustard. So delicious and addicting. You may need a support group. Make sure you visit them. Don't forget, 301 South 22nd Street, Tampa, Florida. Can't come down to Tampa. FLBBQSauce.com. FLBBQSauce.com. And in fact, let me show you what the box looks like. Veteran created, made in the USA. This box is heavy too. Veteran created, made in USA, crafted with Dunamis Interstellar Bourbon. You get a workout here, just lift this thing up. There you go. So without further ado, I'm going to play the Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce song. Let's go.
Comes in four varieties, Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce, a natural flavor. Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce, Florida Gold honey mustard on burgers and ribs, tasty fusion on pork and sausage. Classic taste for chicken steak tips. A hot heat wave on meatballs and ham. It's a cookout treat. Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce. Serve on fish and vegetables. Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce. Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce. Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce.
Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce. So delicious and addicting, you may need a support group. Make sure you don't forget to visit Chef G's right there in beautiful Tampa, Florida, 301 South 22nd Street, Tampa, Florida. If you can't come down to Tampa, visit them right there at flbbqsauce.com, flbbqsauce.com. Really appreciate you, Chef G's. Thank you so much for being an outstanding sponsor here on the Allen Alford Sports Talk Show. We tremendously appreciate you. So, yes, that is fantastic. So, yes, I will definitely go ahead and keep you guys posted. Make sure you, if you haven't done so already, stay connected here. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to Allen Alford at YouTube if you haven't done so already. Facebook, Allen Alford Sports Talk Show. Instagram, Allen Alford _ X Allen Alford. And of course, the website, AllenAlfordSportsTalkShow.com. AllenAlfordSportsTalkShow.com. I tremendously appreciate you all. You guys are fantastic. Be blessed. Be well. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Take care of yourself. And we're going to ride out with another Sam Scola song. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Take care and be blessed. Be well.
It's the end of the show. Let's thank all the fans before we go. It's the end of the show. The Allen Alford Sports Talk Radio Show. Thanking our special guest. Thanking our sponsor. It's the end of the show. Tune in again for next week's show. It's the end of the show. Thanking our host before we go. It's the end of the show. It's the end of the show.